asked, "Oh, do you want the light-skinned spicy girl, or do you want the brown-skinned spicy girl?" Nia Long is now putting Taraji P. Henson's long-running feud in the proper perspective. And while Nia still maintains that Taraji is the false one, it appears that many people think Nia is the diva, and that has always been the issue. However, Nia insists that she simply didn't let people walk all over her. Apparently, she still believes Taraji is not as nice as people may think, and she is exposing the truth about her. If you want to call that difficult, then sorry. Nia had a long history of being difficult to work with, even before she started beefing with Taraji. Several people who previously worked with her claim that she was unprofessional and had a bad attitude on set. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Nia Long discussed how being branded a diva may have been a reference to her high-profile feud with Taraji P. Henson. A fellow Empire actor, Nia denied that she's difficult to work with and explained that she simply has very high standards and is not willing to compromise on certain things. She also shared that she recently left the filming in the middle of an unnamed project and said, "I wasn't willing to compromise what felt true to me when I got on the plane to go home. I was so proud of myself." Because the days of being on the battlefield unnecessarily are over. Nia also went on to say that walking away from this project helped her to develop a new mindset, and she no longer wants to put up with anything that doesn't serve her. But see, this is Nia's side of the story. And if you ask her castmates from Empire, Nia is the one who started the drama, and her one-sided feud with Taraji P. Henson is just one example of this. So according to TMZ, it all started after Taraji heard that the hair and makeup crew on Empire were complaining about Nia's attitude, and they even threatened to file a lawsuit against her. Multiple sources who worked on Empire told TMZ that Nia was extremely rude to the people in hair, makeup, and wardrobe. And Taraji was furious about this. Taraji reportedly confronted Nia about her behavior. However, Nia didn't want to hear it, and they stopped talking to each other when they were on set. This made things even more difficult for the crew since Nia played the reoccurring role of Lucia's Lyon's ex-girlfriend, and she had many scenes with Taraji's character Cookie. According to TMZ, it was pretty much impossible to film the scenes they did together, and the production eventually had to figure out how to shoot those scenes separately. However, when TMZ approached Nia about these allegations, her rep strongly denied that Nia was rude to the cast and crew and said that the whole story is complete nonsense throughout her long-established career. However, TMZ later published another report revealing that the people in the hair and makeup department had filed an official complaint against me for her obnoxious and rude behavior. Nia has been nothing but a model professional, treating all members of the production with respect. The rep claimed that this is just another fabrication about a series that has been dogged by persistent rumors of drama and misconduct. According to Empire sources, Nia Long was treated disrespectfully and made their jobs difficult by occasionally deciding at the last minute that she didn't like her look, and then berating the hair and makeup artists for getting it wrong. This was the only time in the history of the show that the hair and makeup artists had filed a formal complaint for mistreatment. He also mentioned that there had been numerous notable guests on the show, ranging from rappers to Demi Moore, and that no complaints had been made against anyone save Nia. Besides that, insiders also claimed that Nia was habitually late, and Taraji and Terrence Howard would often be forced to wait 30 minutes for her, and sometimes Nia wouldn't even show up at all, and producers had to use a stand-in so Taraji and Terrence could rehearse their scenes. But there's more. Apparently, it's a custom on the set when guests finish their last scene for the assistant director to call it out and say, for example, "This is Nia Long's last scene," followed by a thank you and applause. However, when Nia did her last scene, Terrence Howard was reportedly having some sort of allergic reaction, and his lips started swelling. The assistant director rushed to find some Benadryl, but Nia didn't even want to wait for a few minutes for the ad to come back, and she left the set furious because according to her, she didn't receive a proper goodbye. One eyewitness told TMZ that as Nia walked out, she told someone in production that she was going to soothe the shelf. Because goodbye was in her contract, however, production sources denied this and said that no such thing was mentioned in her contract, and one actor from Empire who chose to stay anonymous said that the experience of working with Nia was so unpleasant that they would never work with her again. However, Nia's rep again denied all these allegations and said that in respect to her working relationships with the cast, she came onto this project in the first place because of her long-standing friendship and professional relationship with Terrence Howard. As for Taraji, she declined to comment on the drama, but it was later discovered that she made a sarcastic remark about Nia's attitude, which set the whole thing off. We now know what the catalyst of the beef between Taraji P. Henson and Nia Long on the Empire set it all off. According to one source, it all started over in June. Nia's rep claimed that they were not aware of any complaints, suits, or cases against her from anyone involved in the show. Nia was on her period when Taraji saw her acting out crazy on a cast member. According to the source, Nia began arriving late soon after she was hired, which led one of the male actors to joke, "Damn, why are you on black people time?" After hearing this, Nia went into a rage and began screaming at the actor, despite the actor telling her that he was only kidding. Taraji saw the entire incident and approached Nia, saying, "What are you on your period, girlfriend?" But this enraged me. One source told TMZ that Taraji has always been fiercely protective of the cast and crew, and that everyone was in her corner, but it appears that Nia is still standing by her account. She recently denied being difficult or disrespectful, and claimed that the problem began because the hair and makeup artists weren't doing their jobs properly. Nia began by claiming that she and Jada Pinkett Smith were responsible for opening doors for black actresses to be themselves, but that I was mostly in competition with Jada and Nia among the women. If you look at the history of cinema at that time, you will see how we were divided, but we both made contributions to this field that, in my opinion, simply stayed and say without saying that we opened doors for brown girls to be exactly who we are, and that's beautifully complicated. I was like, "Oh, do you want the brown-skinned spicy girl, or do you want the light-skinned spicy girl? Which one do you want?" Nia continued by saying that this has been both a benefit and a curse, because she now has high expectations for the people she works with and won't accept any advice from just anyone, which some people may find challenging. However, here's what I do know. In Nia Long, there is light. Nia Long is an expert in makeup. You probably can't persuade me to do anything different unless you show me. If you want to call it difficult, then I'm sorry. Nia Long knows her hair. However, it appears that the general public is still largely on Taraji's side, and they are saying that just because Nia paid her dues in the industry doesn't give her the right to be rude and disrespectful to others. What I believe after seeing it and hearing the testimony, I can honestly tell you that Nia is definitely being a drag. My daughter worked on every season of Empire, so this claim that Taraji and Nia refused to film together is true. She told me that Taraji is a down-to-earth type of person, and if she sees something, she's going to correct it. I'm glad she said something. Another fan claimed that their daughter worked on Empire as part of the crew, and she apparently confirmed that Nia was indeed disrespectful and unprofessional. Comment below and don't miss the following video if you agree with the knee that advising hair and makeup artists how to conduct their jobs is wrong, or if you believe she has a point.